Guys, I got a battle here against Mooty from YouTube, and well, this is an OU match, and I just threw some stuff together and battled, including my Sap Zipper Azumarill. So I think she's going to lead with her Tyranitar, so I lead with Gastrodon, which turns out that she does lead with her Tyranitar, and yeah, she sets up the sand, and I wait for her to decide what to do. She switches out and goes into her Shaman as I go for the Scald, which, yeah. And I get the burn. I never get the burn with Scald when I need it. I always get it on things like this. So she gets her health back with her leftovers and gets hurt by the burn. I switch out and go into my Azumarill because, you know, it doesn't have a grass weakness. Well, actually, this one doesn't. Sap Zipper for the win. So she goes for the Seed Flare, boosting my attack, and I don't do anything because I've switched. So I lose health, she gets her health back, gets hurt by the burn, then goes for the switch into her Skarmory, which, yeah, you know, I can't really do much to this thing. Let's see how much a +1 banded. And that does nowhere near enough. That's like a 10 hit KO or something. So I go for another one just to see what she's going to do, and she goes for the Whirlwind, which doesn't really benefit me in any way, but she hasn't got the rocks up yet, so that's not that bad. My Dragonite takes damage from Sandstorm, and she gets her health back with her leftovers. She switches out, predicting me to go for the Fire type move, and I go for the Fire type move with the Fire Gem. Yeah, Fire Punch with a Fire Gem, not going to do anything to this Jellicent, which kind of sucks. So, yeah, we take damage. She gets her health back with the leftovers again, and goes and burns me, which sucks. So I go for the Dragon Tail because that's what I'm running on this thing. I don't know why. I get the crit, which is nice, but doesn't really do much, and she's switched out into her Tyranitar. I take Sandstorm and burn damage, and then I decide to switch out and go into my Scrafty. She sets up rocks, and yeah, I take damage, get it back with my leftovers, and she just... Oh, I go for the sub here to see what she's going to do, and she goes for the superpower, and I'm like, that could be a problem. But yeah, I lose my sub there, but she is now at -1 attack and defense, so she's not going to stay in. Or I don't think she is anyway. So I go for another sub, I think. Or do I just go for the Drain? No, I just go for the Drain Punch here. So I go for the Drain Punch, which doesn't do much to the Skarmory. And yeah, well, I take damage. She gets lefties. I get lefties. And yeah, that doesn't go too well really, because I've still got to deal with this thing. So I switch out and go into my Electros, which, yeah, she goes for the Brave Bird here. That's not going to do loads. In fact, it does hardly anything to me. then, yeah, damage happens, stuff goes on, health gets recovered on her side. She switches out here and goes into her Landorus, which, yeah, is kind of a massive threat in Sandstorm. So I go for the coil, which boosts my attack, defense, and accuracy. Don't really care much about the accuracy. It's a nice touch if I ever need it. So Landorus goes for the U-turn, which I take really well. And she switches into her Shaman as I go for the acrobatics with the flying gem. That's gonna hurt. So yeah, her Shaman goes down, because it would. And I take more damage from Sandstorm. She switches into her Terrakion, and it's like, yeah, regardless of what that is, that's gonna die. As in, my Electros is gonna die. Her Terrakion lowers its defenses, but I can't really take advantage of that too much. +1 isn't enough. And so I go into my Gastrodon. Now she predicts me to go for the water type move here, which I would, but I went for the earth power, which is going to do some damage to this thing, which is nice. And I get the special defense drop. So yeah, she takes sandstorm damage, gets it back from leftovers, then goes for the recover. And yeah, I can't really say this is a very interesting narration, and I'm sorry about that, but I've never done it before, and I'm not entirely sure if this is actually how I'm going to do this. So I go for another earth power after she recovers her health back, and that's going to do some damage. She takes a bit more from Sandstorm, gets it back with leftovers, and then she accidentally misclicks and goes for the Scald, boosting my special attack. So I go for the Earth Power, which at that range will kill it, unfortunately. Even with probably without a crit, it would have still killed her. But yeah, so she goes into her Tyranitar and goes for the Crunch, as I go for the Scald. Yes, that's right. So yeah, she takes damage from the Scald, and I look at the damage she did and think, yeah, that's going to be a 3-hit KO from that range, 2-hit KO from that range to me, and she gets the crit, which, yeah, kind of hurts, but I can't really do much about it. It's kind of about even at this point. We both get crits, and yeah. So I go for the Drain Punch, just to get some damage off. She's got the Chople Berry, and I'm like, yeah, that's probably not going to kill that. And then I get the crit, which fully restores my Scrafty back to full health. And yeah, it goes down. I take Sandstorm damage, get it back as leftovers, and she goes into her Terrakion again. And yeah, I don't want to take a close combat from this thing, so I switch out and go into my Dragonite as death fodder. Yes, I know it's at quite high health, but it's still going to die. So she goes for the resisted close combat, which, yeah, I don't die there, but I will after the burn. So she lowers her defences there, which is always nice. I take sandstorm damage, then die to the burn. So yeah, she is really sitting quite well here. And so, fearing that she might switch into this Skarmory, I can't go for the Bulldoze, so I go for the Waterfall. just because. But she fears me to go for the Aqua Jet, so I haven't got it though. So I go for the Waterfall. And here I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to outspeed her, so, but I can't really do anything because I'm locked into Waterfall. Which, yes, if I was running huge power, would do more damage, but then I'd lose the grass type immunity. So she goes for the Roost, after I go for the Waterfall, hoping for the flinch, which, yeah, doesn't happen. I take Sandstorm damage, she gets her health back, and I go for another Waterfall, which is gonna do some damage. Not enough, but some. She goes for the Brave Bird, and that's not quite gonna kill me. And yeah, I don't die to the Sandstorm quite. And she gets some health back with that leftovers. So I go for another Waterfall because I don't really have a choice. And she goes for another Roost, which is just starting to annoy me. And I'm starting to wish I was slower than her and could have not been locked into Waterfall. Because if that was the case, I might have been able to get some damage off on her in the form of a bulldoze or something. I don't know what I'd do. But yeah, I have to go for the Waterfall again. Hope for the flinch, and I get a crit, which isn't enough because she just roosts that back. Well, what can I say? This is turning out to be quite a long bit of stalling going on here. So I die to the Sandstorm. And she's got a Skarmory practically at full health that I can't really do anything to. So I send in my Scrafty, go for, I can't remember, I think, yeah, I'm not sure, I think I go for the Drain Punch here, just to get some down. No, I go for the Bulk Up, which was a really stupid move, in that Brave Bird will kill me regardless. But I didn't know that at the time. So I take Sandstorm damage, she gets her health back, I get my health back a bit, and yeah, I'm starting to, well, I knew I was going to lose this at this point, because it's not going to happen any other way. And so I died to the Brave Bird, and she takes like no recoil damage, hardly, and gets her health back with the leftovers. So now I go into my Metang, which I should really have been running a Metagross, but there's no fun in that. So I ran a Metang just to make it interesting. I go for the Hone Claws, predicting her to switch. Unfortunately, she switches into her Sandstorm boosted Landorus, as I go for the Bullet Punch this turn, and that's going to be the match. She goes for the Earthquake, and that will kill me. But yeah, this was a fairly good game. It was a better game than I thought it was going to be, because I thought it was going to be a 6-0 on her part, so that's it. So yeah, if you like this, rate, comment, subscribe, and yeah, thank you.